Bonjour. Oh, a bigger look at the Bitcoin. It's easy to get stuck into those little micro looks. Now, is this a big old is this a big old bear flag? Is that what it is? Is this a big bear flag? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Might well be. Let's have a look on the trend lines, see what it looks like. It could look a little bit better there. Just match up those trend lines. There we go. There. And get the other one there. Down there, the support, the trend line. It is poking up. Now, bear flag, quite often what happens is it comes down like that and points, and the flag points upwards. If the flag was pointing downwards, that would be a lot more bullish, a bit like that there. So what comes down goes up, what goes up comes down. And, a bit like one of Newton's laws, whichever Newton's law it is, big bear flag, okay? And there is the pole. Now, okay, distinct pole, top to bottom, and across there is a distinctive, that channel there is the flag. Expect continued movement down. Now, if I clone that one. So, yeah, it's just simply a matter of what happens when that breaks out. There's a couple of ways to estimate the break low. One is to do the full length of the flag from the point where it may well break low. Right. And also the width of the channel. Okay, so there's two ways of measuring it out. That's just a technical estimate. And it's surprising just how often those succeed. Okay, and you're going to have to go right the way back into the monthly chart to see how low that goes. Maybe it'll work in the weekly. Yeah, it will. And so where does that come down to? That previous high there, that previous sort of, where we go in December. What's it, December? Yeah. Back to 18k maybe. Wow, where's that? Yeah, just under there, isn't it? Under there, along a bit of support, 29k. 29k is the first port of call. 29k is the first port of call for the most significant areas and levels of resistance. Sort of matches up in there, yeah? See that all those weeks down low on those weeklies, that's where he comes down to. See what that looks like on a monthly. Zoom in. So is it, and also where's it come low to? Yeah, at 55 in the monthly. That's it. There you go. That's also a technical point of call, the 55 EMAs, the first port of call for support as well. That priced at 25k. That's quite often a first port of call. So looking if it breaks low, previous high, 1st December 2017, put a parallel line on there. Planning for the worst. There we go. Just about matches up, doesn't it? Okay, so 2020, where's the high in 2020? 1st December, January. Right, so that's that monthly close there. There's also a protocol on that first one, 1st December, right? And there we go. Open and close, right? Open, close. So those lines there are definitive places to look out for. See along there, comes the wicks all come down to there. 2021, June. So where's that previous low? There, and there. Okay. Probably want to have a look at those opens as well. Put some in there on the opens of those because they are pretty consistent. See how it wicks down to there and there. Yeah. Wicking down here and here, just below, tucking under the main body of support there. Also the wick down there on that other low, right? Beyond that, well, you got that high there, haven't you? 2019, put one on there. Plan for the worst. Know your buying positions. It's 2020, 2017. So, yeah, it's kind of looking pretty shady. Maybe as low as 30. Plan for the worst. It's probably a bit low, but you never know. Don't know what's going to happen. So, going back in weekly. Yeah, that weekly close there. And, getting messages. Yes, what's happening here? You've got the descending wedge following that trend right the way down, and that trend is actually taking it potentially to beneath there. So there's going to be a lot of squeeze here. See how it levels out, the price action levels out on the main support, on that lower parallel of the of that flag formation right there, and the descending wedge, descending triangular shape, is an indicator. Expect some upside, but that upside, if it does squeeze out to the upside, because a lot of compression going on it there, is planned on, is anticipated to squeeze out on the upside, because the descending wedge is a bullish pattern within a bearish pattern. Goodness me, always on the vid. And then tomorrow with that FOMC meeting, the Fed meeting, it might well be tempered, might very well become tempered. So the breakout might actually cause to the low side. So it's sitting on that main bit of support there. So what's been happening, just working its way down. What's happening in the 4-hourly? We're looking for a second touch on there before capitulation, swing low to oscillate through there. But it didn't quite happen. And that was in the hourly, I think. Yeah. So broadly speaking, in the hourly, along there from this point around here onwards, there, looks like the EMAs, the EMA, MA was acting as some kind of barrier to further price advancement at that point, and of course eventual capitulation. But you got there that little trend line in there within the wedge, and yeah, it was not unexpected to see that come low. And at the moment, we've just been watching that one, and pop that off there. Let's take these out just to avoid lots of little lines at the moment, just to avoid a little bit of confusion. And in there, you might want to see that again, sort of a little bit of it's got this sort of demand zone. It's reaching a demand zone, but in there it does wick a bit lower. We're just waiting for that sort of confirmation. You can see where people start to buy in again, and you can see those lines through there. But here really is setting demand zone through there. Let's put a little line in there in that demand zone. Right, broadly through there, isn't it? Like that. Change the colour. Just looking in there. Maybe want a box in there. A bit of area demand in there. Okay, so we can get back up in that box, start oscillating around. Yeah, we get that up quick as possible. But it looks like, the squeeze might just come down, bounce off there, capitulate, and come beneath that bear flag tomorrow. Want to get it back up into there, see some movement, get a pattern, a continuation pattern for an upside, maybe another retest, back down through somehow, and then up through there. Or it might even, just come back down, maybe advance off the fibs levels as well. That recent capitulation point there, round about there. Let's have a look. Expect that, yeah, there you go, a little bounce off there. And let's just readjust that a second. There you go. And yeah, just nice little rebound off there, off the 236. See what it's going to do. It might just come up and work its way up. 382 maybe. We want to get a look up there. If we can get that confidence on there, on that 618, that's a little bit of an accelerator. It might just pop through there. What happens if it does pop through? It might just pop through. Say if it does, expect it to come up to the 786, come up down to that line again before moving up a little bit more. See how far that goes up. Are the volumes going to be there? What is the news of the FOMC meeting going to do, and which affects the American market, in turn affects their Bitcoin market? In particular, we want to look at the S&P index on there, and what's going to happen there. We shall see, but that's a bullish thing, and it should come out. I'd like to see that come out a bit further. How far is that going to advance? How far is that going to advance there? Because in this recent time, there's been lots of attempted rallies, and they all end up looking like Bart Simpsons, really. And those rallies have all ran out of steam. They failed to gain and maintain reasonable. They've gained a little bit of momentum, but they failed to maintain that momentum and reach those tops there and come back down, creating what appears to be a bearish flag. Is this bearish flag a sort of redistribution type of as a continuation pattern in an overall downward trend? We shall see. Where's that going to take you? Where's that going to go? Where is it going to go from here? So that is the bearish, that is a bullish pattern there. Where is that breakout going to go? Just about there, eh? Just about. Potentially. Potentially just about, so will it reach through those that 100-day EMA barrier? So that's what's going to happen. What's the fibs going to say on there? You want to have it looking up at 786, It's very stimid, isn't it? And, there's other barriers as well along the way to absolutely get through. And as simple as putting those there, previous highs. Okay, so there's previous highs along there where it's touched along the points there of resistance. There we go. And then on top of that, you've got previous highs in there and those previous price actions there, those sort of areas of where sort of bunched up, consolidated a little bit. Those two are all significant price things all through here. These little lines down through here previous price history makes for it makes for things to happen. Where the day's previous openings and previous closes, i.e. the main body, the tops of the main body are placed and bottoms of the main bodies of the bunched up candles, where those price areas has repeated themselves. Okay, there a little bit as well. There. We shall see what happens over the coming days. So there, I'm going to change that colour. There. Is this going to be the downtrend through there? Is that a downtrend? Is it going to come up a retest of that trend through there and continue on down, breaking through, away from and downward from the lower parallel of that rectangle, i.e. potential bear flag? It's not invalidated by any stretch of the imagination. Still got a swing high, technical swing high anticipated as a result of the descending wedge. So that can be aggressively traded overnight and into tomorrow. Find out what's happening in the next couple of days with those high interest rate hikes coming from the Fed. Danger time. Yikes. Oh, yeah. Bit of fibs. Bit of the fibs. What's going on in there? What's that? Main fib off there. Goodness, comes down to the 618 there, doesn't it? Eh? Oh my goodness. Comes down to there. Pretty much there. Oh my goodness. So there's another thing. Keep an eye on the fibs too. Can there be... are we going to look at that above the MA on this little breakout? A nice little breakout to there, I think, isn't it? We shall see. Trade those short terms and think about the long term. Identify the trend and use all the other indicators to find out what the devil is going on.